Om. 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 Sairam, everyone. I think last week, um, Geetha Vahini actually was completed from what I can say. Sorry, I could not actively participate in the discussion. I think there were a few lingering topics, I guess, which we felt we should cover today. So, what we will do is we will reread the sections and just zero in on the topics which needed some discussion, and then we will see how we can conclude. Sairam Kalyani, you can read. I think the next slide. Yes.
For those who follow the path of Dharma, ultimate victory is certain, in spite of diverse difficulties that might hamper them. Those who stray away from the path of Dharma might have wealth and comfort for long, but they will be overpowered ultimately by disaster. The Kauravas and the Pandavas are the brightest witnesses for this truth. The Kauravas, steeped in adharma, were so blinded by conceit that they subjected the good Pandavas to a variety of tortures. But they met with total destruction. They had the support of all types of parties, but since they did not earn the strength of the grace of the Lord, they were deserted by fate and ruined beyond repair. Bharata teaches all people of Bharat this one lesson. Nothing can equal the grace of God, not even the mightiest array of arms. This is the most valuable message that embodies. The Geetha Bhavanam, mansion of Geetha, is the mansion of Satya and Dharma, erected on the soil of India for the benefit of the world. Study it with faith and devotion. Experience the curative and restorative effects of its teachings by actual practice. For such, the Atma, so full of the spring of sweetness and bliss, will be ever present as a reality. The Lord will shower on him his favors in a trice. Pray to the Lord who has all the 14 worlds in him, and you can certainly become master of the 8 treasures which give happiness here below, and what is even more desirable, Kaivalya, which is the fountain of Nitya, eternal Ananda, of Nitya Satya, eternal truth, and Mitya Jnana, relative or temporary wisdom.
Okay, thank you, Kalyani. I think, Auntie, we had already read the Telugu, I guess, no, last week. So I think
I had it.
Can we just reread the Telugu too once more?
Okay.
Okay. ధర్మమును ఆశ్రయించిన వారికి ఐహికమున దుర్భరమైన కష్టములు ఎదురైనను చివరకు వారికే సంపూర్ణ విజయ చేకూరును.
So those who follow Dharma, even if they suffer in the middle, at the end, they will attain victory.
అధర్మ పరులు ఐహికమున సర్వ సంపదలతో తులతూగినప్పటికీ తుదకు వారికి సర్వనాశనము సంభవించక తప్పదు.
So those who are given to adharma, however successful they may be, at the end, they will reach destruction.
ఈ విషయమున పాండవ కౌరవుల పరిస్థితి మానవ లోకమునకు ప్రత్యక్ష సాక్షి.
In this subject, the story of the Pandavas or the state attained by Pandavas and Kauravas is a good witness for humankind.
అధర్మ మూర్తులైన కౌరవులు ధూర్తులై ధర్మమూర్తులకు పాండవులను నానా బాధలకు గురి చేసినను కడకు ధర్మమూర్తులకే విజయము.
The Kauravas, who were the embodiment of adharma, with how much ever harm they inflicted on the Pandavas, who were embodiments of dharma, at the end, the dharmamurtis, or the ones who are the embodiments of dharma, attained victory.
అధర్ములకు ఎన్ని విధములైన బలములు అండదండలుగా ఉండినను
the people of adharma, whatever types of strength they may have around them,
గ్రహ బలము లేనిదే అన్నియు వ్యర్థములే అని భారతము భారతీయులకు గొప్ప సత్యమును అందించెను.
their anugraha balam,
గ్రహ బలము లేనిదే అది అనుగ్రహ బలం దాదు.
Anugraha balam, yeah. So they will not have the strength of anugraha, the grace of the Lord. That will be the reason for their everything becomes waste.
And this Mahabharata has taught us. భారతీయులకు గొప్ప సత్యమును అందించెను.
So this the greatest truth which has been given by Mahabharata.
పవిత్ర ధర్మమును నిరూపించెను.
It proves the true dharma.
సత్య ధర్మముల సౌధమే భారతమునందలి గీతా భవనము.
The mansion of Geetha is made of Satya and Dharma.
భక్తి
in Bharata.
Yeah. భక్తి శ్రద్ధలతో పవిత్ర గీతను పఠించి
studying the Geetha, which is pure and sacred, with devotion and faith,
అందలి నిబంధనలను అనుష్ఠాన రూపమున ఆచరించిన,
if one were to undertake put into practice whatever the restrictions and the instructions given there,
అట్టి వారికి ఆత్మారాముడు అరచేతి యందే కనిపించును.
For such people, the Atmarama, the divine Lord, will, as soon as they call out, he will right away be seen.
Yeah. Aracheti ande. It is in the palm. Aracheti ante palm.
Palm, okay, auntie.
Okay. Aracheti endu. Kaile.
Aracheti. Oh, I see. Aracheti ande.
Aracheti cheyi inte kayi.
I see. I thought aracha means to
Aracheti ende karipinchuno. He will be seen as clearly as your own palm.
Palm, okay.
Yeah.
Aracheti, okay.
అర నిమిషమునందే కరుణించును.
He will be seen, he will grant, he will be compassionate within half a minute.
బ్రహ్మదండమంతయు బొజ్జలో నుంచుకున్న పరమాత్మను,
బ్రహ్మాండమంతయు,
బ్రహ్మాండమంతయు.
So the entire cosmos is in his stomach.
పరమాత్మను కోరిన అష్ట ఐశ్వర్య సంపదలతో ఐహికమును అనుభవించుటే కాక,
so the Paramatma, the Lord who has the entire cosmos in his stomach, whatever one seeks or asks, desires, he will grant the 8 Aishwaryas, wealth. With that, Ahikam means in this world.
అనుభవించుటే కాక, not only here they are going to enjoy.
One can experience the 8-fold wealth in this world. Not only that,
సత్యానంద నిలయమైన సత్య జ్ఞానమును కైవల్యమును కూడా పొందవచ్చును.
They will be able to experience a true joy or bliss, which the place, that is the place. Nilayamaina Satyajnanam. So that Satyajnana are the place, is the place where the true bliss is available, which is the Kaivalya or the oneness, the mukti of oneness.
Yeah.
That also they will attain.
వెన్న చిక్కిన నేతి కొరకు యోచించనక్కర్లేదు కదా.
If you have butter, if you have already got butter, there's no need for searching for the ghee. In the same way,
అందువలననే పరమాత్మని శరణుజొచ్చి,
so in the same way, if one surrenders to the Lord or takes refuge in the Lord,
పరమాత్మ ఆజ్ఞ కర్మలను అనుసరించిన,
if one ajna karmala,
ఆజ్ఞ కర్మలు,
so if
commandments you can say,
commandments of the Lord are followed,
మోక్షాపేక్ష కూడాను అక్కర్లేదు.
one need not even desire moksha.
అట్టివానికి కావలసినదేదియో యోగ్యమైనదేదియో భగవానుడే అదించును.
For such people, whatever is needed, whatever they deserve, the Lord will immediately grant.
తన కొరకు తప్పించవలెను.
One has to yearn for the Lord.
కానీ మోక్షం కొరకు కాదనియు,
but not for moksha.
తనను శరణుజొచ్చి మోక్షమును కూడాను త్యజించిన,
so those who have taken refuge in the Lord and given up even the search for moksha,
అట్టివాని సర్వ పాపములను నాశనము చేతుననియు,
for such people all the sins will be destroyed by the Lord.
పరమాత్ముడు గట్టి మాటనిచ్చి,
the Supreme Lord with a firm word,
అర్జునునకు తిరిగి పుట్టుక లేకుండా చేసెను.
to Arjuna, he gave the opportunity of not being born again.
No rebirth for him.
No rebirth.
కావున పుట్టుక కోరని వారందరూ,
all those who do not want to be born again,
ఇట్టి గట్టి చట్టమును,
this firm sound,
అనుసరించి,
if they follow,
పరమాత్మను మెప్పించి,
if they pattina means people who
మెప్పించడం pleasing the Lord,
pleasing the Lord, Supreme Lord,
అతనిని శరణుజొచ్చిన,
if they take refuge in the Lord,
సర్వసిద్ధిని సాధించవచ్చును.
they will attain all the siddhis.
Yeah, that's it.
Sorry, so that's, I think we have covered everything and it's end. Okay,
but last time I did a small mistake of saying, when Aruna asked about Ashtaishwarya, I talked about Ashtasiddhi. But Ashtasiddhi is little different from Ashtaishwarya, Aruna, and I want to clear it. Okay? Last time when we said that Ashtasiddhi, because we have, even Sai Satish was also talking about Hanuman, how this Lagima to become small, Mahima becoming big, and then Garima, Lagima is becoming very light, and Garima is to become very heavy, and Prapti, wherever he wants to go, he can travel, and Prakamya, he can obtain anything he wants, and then comes that last one, that is Prapti, and then that one, Ishitvam, to overlordship of everybody, and then Vashitvam, to bring anybody, to attract anyone to his this thing. So these are the 8 siddhis. I was talking about, I jumped a little bit, and then instead of Ashtaishwarya, I said Ashtasiddhi. Of course, this is also information for you to know about.
Thank you, Auntie.
Because
So
Auntie,
we will be discussing the Ashta Ashwari.
Is different.
Yeah.
Auntie, because whether you realized it or not, the last sentence says, Sarva Siddhini Sadhinchavachu.
Ah, correct. I didn't know how it came to me.
Yes.
Sarvasiddhi sadhichunu.
So
Look
that's
at
the last line. Sarva
Swami,
Siddhini.
no, it is quite evident that Swami speaks to us,
Yes.
not we are. But later on, I was just feeling a little bit upset about it, saying that why Aruna asked this question, I answered it in a different way, but Swami is with me.
Actually, when Auntie mentioned, I told her, Auntie, Swami must have wanted everyone to learn this.
Learn this, that's
Yeah,
what.
so as you can see, Swami says, Sarva Siddhini Sadhincha Vachu. No, that was the last sentence.
Last sentence, Sarvasiddhini
So
sadhichunu.
that has been already discussed. But we can go back to Ashtaishwaryam. What is Ashtaishwaryam?
Ashteshwaram.
So Swami is talking about Ashtaishwaryam in this world. Generally, when people worship the Ashtaishwaryam as Ashtalakshmi also.
Yeah.
Dhana Lakshmi, Dhanya Lakshmi, Jaya Lakshmi, like that. So those are considered the wealth in this world for us to live in this world. Dhana, Dhanya, Santana, that means children. Jaya,
Bala.
victory. Dhairya, courage. Then Bala, which can be weaponry and physical strength. Rajya Lakshmi, that means be able to kingdom. That means one owns a lot or who commands people.
Kirti and Yashas also. Rajyam means Kirti and Yashas.
Kirti and Yashas. And Vahanam also. Vehicles.
Vahanam, yeah.
Which makes us allow us to move. So these are human wealth which people want. And there are some people change a few of them. But all the wealth which is needed for us to comfortably live in this world is considered Ashta Aishwarya.
And Vidya and Vinaya also is added.
Vidya is also added. So this is from a mundane level. But then Swami also has talked about Astashwaryam as Shabda Brahmamayi, Characharamayi, Jyotirmayi, Vangmayi, Nityanandamayi, Paratparamayi, Mayamayi, Srimayi. That's also something which Swami has always spoken of, because he always, whenever he speaks about Om, he says Om has these 6 potencies, and which is what actually created this entire world. Because nothing in this world will move without this Ashtaishwaryam, Shabda Brahmamayi, and so on. So that is at a more spiritual level. So that's also Ashtaishwarya. I will stop here. If
That is
anyone...
8 treasures.
8 treasures of wealth, sister.
That is the Lakshmi offers.
Yeah, Ashtalakshmi is supposed to represent all of them.
Yes.
Okay.
That to live with the world.
Yes, live with the world. So Swami says, Apara Prakriti is in this world. We need all this to be able to live. Swami uses Ahi Kambu. So that means in this world.
In this world.
In this world. And then in the other world also, you will benefit, also Swami has said. Satyananda Nilayamaina Satya Jnanam, something like that. So everything will be bestowed if we follow what is instructed by the Lord.
And the 14 words, Arun, you said something about Swami.
So the 14 words is only, I found it the translation, but in the Telugu, Swami has used the word Brahmandam.
Brahmandam.
The entire world is in the Lord's stomach. So that means...
the entire world is a Padaloka and so everything, right? All the lokas.
So no, that's what I'm saying, sister. Swami has not used the word 14 lokas in Telugu. Okay. The word Brahmanda, which is the entire cosmos, has been translated in English as 14 lokas.
But is there anything called 14 world, brother? There is something representing that, right? That's why they are using it, right?
Yeah, so the 14 world, I think Auntie had last time mentioned about all the, lokas, the 7 upper lokas.
7 up and 7 down.
Yeah.
But Swami...
You can say that Bhur, Bhuva, Suvaha, Janaha, Mahaha, Tapaha, Satyam. That is 7 lokas. Atala, Vitala, Sutala, Rasatala, Talatala,
Patala.
Mahatala, Patala. Then it also 7 here. Down. All the 14 lokas are inside us. You know, when we are very, very elevated in happiness, we are rising. And when we are in depressed mood, we go down like Patala. So all the 14 lokas are inside us.
So I think what it means is, in whichever loka you go, you are still in the stomach of the Lord, which stomach of the Lord actually means He is the one who provides nourishment.
Actually, it's a womb from where, womb of the whole cosmos, from where the whole manifested world comes. So he is Hiranyagarbha, he is called, no? He is called Hiranyagarbha.
So that's why Swami is saying, once you have him, you don't need to search for anything else.
Moksha. He says not to search for moksha. Something we had to... That paragraph we didn't cover here. I think it's the next page.
In English, we did not have it. We will read.
Because I was going through that also, but we didn't get to see that slide.
Yes. Auntie Sakhu, you can speak.
Yes, Sai Ram. This, our earth, Bhumi, it belongs to the upper 7 or the below 7? Or it's in the middle?
Okay, that's a good question. Auntie asks. Anyone can volunteer. Where is the Bhuloka falling? In the middle or in the above or down? Okay, no one is answering. So,
Auntie, one clarification, okay? You said 7 up, 7 down. Then
14.
That is 14. So where the world is right question, Sakku auntie asking whether we are up or down. Or in the middle.
Boohoo. Boohoo, Bhuva, Suvaha. It goes like that. Boohoo is this part where we are all staying. I think I am correct. Am I correct, Karun?
So 6 below and 8. And the 7th place.
7
below, 6 above.
Yeah, 6 above. Okay, that's the thing.
Okay.
That's the thing I wanted to just to clarify. So now we know for Sakku auntie where we are at.
Yeah.
6 below, 7 up.
Huh?
No, 6 above.
6 above and 7 below. Okay.
7 below.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yes. Because we should understand that the Bhu is actually gross world. Okay, so it is not below, above also. It's in the sense it's the grossest is the Atala Patala becomes more and more gross actually. The Bhu, even though we may be living on earth, we can be living in Patala also. Because in one of the discourses Swami gave in Vrindavan, he says America is Patala. So the thing is, where you are, and if you look from earth, so from India, on the bottom side is actually US. We are all actually at the Patala only.
Sri Lanka is Padala.
No. No.
We are now living in Patala. Patala means, see, the thing is, people think it's suffering, but suffering from a spiritual sense, I think it's also suffering. So I think we can't take the entire earth as, see, heaven and earth, it's all in our mind as Swami.
Yeah.
Okay, so ultimately, the state in which you exist it's a loka in which you exist.
Yeah. As Bhashya Manti said, it's our mind that makes the Sorgaloka and the Padaloka.
Yeah. So where you live depends on that.
Yeah.
So I think maybe Kalyani, why don't you read the last paragraph, I guess, in the English side. We have read it in Telugu.
Why wander about for ghee when you have butter with you? Acquire butter, that is to say, the grace of the Lord, by implicit obedience of the rules of life laid down by him. When that grace is won, one need not pray separately for moksha or liberation. He knows best what you should get and when. He will confer what you deserve and can benefit from. Yearn for him, suffer anguish for him. There is no need to yearn for moksha then. If that is done with no second thought, you will destroy all sin. Hold fast to him. He can make you immortal, like Arjuna. Those who seek to escape from this cycle of birth and death must obey the command of the Lord as laid down in the Geetha and surrender to him. Then he will be crowned with success in every undertaking. He will achieve victory.
Okay, thank you, Kalyan. So in the last sentence, he'll be crowned with success in every undertaking. And Telugu Swami says Sarva Siddhi. That's where Swami has used the word Sarva Siddhi. Means accomplishing in everything, or Ashta Siddhis also, I think. And they will attain victory. So anyone would like to share? I think everyone had already shared last week, but if there's anyone who want to, we have spent 3 years studying this. I think different people would have taken different instructions from the Lord. I think last time, even I think the topic of Swadharma and Paradharma also was nicely discussed, I thought. So very nice.
Question was about yearn for him, suffer anguish for him.
Oh, I see.
Aruna asked this question. Why should baby suffering and anguish for him?
So, sister, I think the Telugu Swami is used with tapinchu. That's the word Swami has used, I think. I think we should just take a look at it.
Tana koraku tapinchu. Tana koraku tapinchavarano.
Yes. For the Lord, one has to yearn. I use the word yearn. Tapinchu means burn with the zeal to know, to be one with the Lord. So in Tamil, we'll say tapam, they will also say virahatapam, so that means when you have a separation, anxiety. So when you are not with somebody, not with the Lord, you will yearn and the anguish you won't be able to bear. So I'm reminded of this story of Ramakrishna. See, Ramakrishna, Vivekananda came to Ramakrishna and asked, have you seen God? He says, yes, I see my mother. So then he asks, do you see her just like me? He says, yes, just like you. Then he says, why am I not able to see? And Ramakrishna insists that he prays and, worships and does meditate and all that. So Vivekananda takes up meditation and prayers. And after, a couple of weeks, he comes and says, I am unable to see. So then Ramakrishna says, see, look here, I will tell you why you are not able to see. And he takes him to the river. And I think we have told the story here, but I will repeat anyway. So he tells, bend down. So Vivekananda bends down looks at the water. Ramakrishna holds his head and pushes it under the water and holds it very tightly there. And for some time, Vivekananda could be there without air, but then he starts struggling and Ramakrishna doesn't allow him to come up. And at the end, he was so desperate that he pushes Ramakrishna's hand and comes out. Then Ramakrishna tells, see, you are yearning for the mother should be like the way you were yearning for breath. Only then you will be able to see the Lord. Only then you will be able to see the Mother. So that's what Swami is referring to here. For the Lord, you should yearn. You know, you won't be able to sleep. You won't be able to eat. You won't be, that kind of desperation is needed to be able to attain the Lord. That's what my understanding. I hope that answers your question, sister. Because we are very happy. We will say, oh, Swami is everywhere, no problem. You know, though we are not united with him, we are complacent. We think we are no problem. We don't need him now. But when some worldly problem comes, then we will cry. Oh, Swami, where are you? You are not here. But all that time we will say, Swami is inside me, Swami is inside the other person. All philosophy will be good. Okay, philosophy is very, very good. You know, Swami is in me, Swami is in the other person. Then somebody screams at you, then you get so mad at that person. All the philosophy has vanished. So the thing is, that yearning, the deep yearning for the Lord is essential to be able to experience him in front of us. And that's my understanding. I hope that answers. Is it necessary? Of course it is. But you know, when everything going is good, we are all happy. When the going is bad, then we are all sad. Yes, Kalyani, please go ahead.
Uncle, is there a difference between yearning for God and yearning for moksha?
It's the same thing.
That's
See,
my
moksha, that's my understanding, but I will open it up. Is yearning for God and yearning for moksha is the same? I think that's the question. Please, anyone can go ahead. Based on whatever we have studied so far, you all should be able to say. Yes, sister.
If you get blessed with the grace of God, that itself is granted by itself moksha. You know, you don't need a moksha without the Lord grace, right? That's how I look at Lord. If your Lord is there, then moksha is not a question there. That's kind of thing. Thank you, Sarah.
Okay, thank you, sister.
Sairam?
Yes.
Sairam. Moksha is here, Swami says, mohakshaya. The attachment should be completely attachment to the worldly things. When it gets over, you're free now for liberation. Moksha, from the birth and death, the cycle of birth and death, you are liberated and you are one with God. So that is attainment of the Lord is also, in a way, it can lead to that. Sairam.
Thank you, Auntie. Yes, Brother Prasad.
Saram. Yeah, I was just listening to what Auntie said, read in the Telugu. I think what Swami was saying is, if you follow the principle, the teachings, follow the Swami's teachings, all those things, you should not even aim for moksha, because that's deep, that comes automatically. So let's not aim for it. So maybe aim for only God and following to help me to follow His principles. Then moksha would be the logical conclusion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Auntie, one question. You said moksha, you said 2 words there.
Mohakshaya.
Akshay.
Kshaya.
Shaya.
Kshaya. It should go, it should be destroyed.
Desire,
Moha,
less. Desire. Shaya. Okay.
Moha is attachment.
Yes,
Moha
yes.
is attachment to the world.
Yeah.
Kshaya, Swami says, when you are so much attached to the worldly things that you cannot be liberated. First of all, reduce, completely destroy, negate your attachment to the world.
Okay.
Moha, Kshaya.
Moha, Kshaya. Okay, thank you, Saira.
Saira.
Give up kind of stuff.
So, Kalyani, the answer seems to be yearning for the Lord is little higher than the moksha, because it's subsumed in that. The problem, as Sister Aruna said, the problem itself will not exist when you are with the Lord. So, anyone?
One more thing, if it's the last chapter, always we are talking about it in the whole Geetha Vahini about destroying. So according to this, he will destroy all sin. He was making sure. That means in every karma, if we do a good karma even, there could be a sin happening, like how Pandava is killing people. There's a sin of that, but that's the dharma for them to fight. That's what is referring here. Am I right, please?
Okay, sister is asking a question. This is like anyone else? Anyone would like to share your thoughts? What are the sins the Lord is saying will be destroyed?
Or other words, what are we to follow?
Sairam, Auntie, please.
No, sorry, hand.
Yes, Brother Thasan.
Yes, Sairam, brother. So in this paragraph, Lord Krishna is saying, give up your dharma. Because we don't know differentiate which is good, which is bad. So, for an example, even Archana, his dharma is killing that people, killing their grandfather is not good, his dharma. But Lord Krishna said kill. So, if we take other way around, and Bhishma, and he attached to his kingdom. So we get confused. So that's what Krishna is saying. Work is worship, duty is God, and leave the outcome to me. Then you are not going to be suffer with the outcome, good or bad. Then in this way, you can achieve or you can merge on to me, or you can achieve the final goal, whatever you want it. Thank you, brother. So,
Auntie Sakhu, please.
Yeah. Sairam.
Yes, Auntie.
I only know, this is what I wrote in last class. We should have complete trust on Lord. I'm telling the positive. Live only as an offering to the Lord. Engage in activities for the well-being of the world, and see God in all beings. Perform all actions enjoyed by the Shastras and scriptures. This is what I have written, what we have to follow.
Okay. But the question, Auntie, is okay, Sister okay. Thank you, Auntie. Yes, Sister Ananti.
Sairam, brother, for the question, for the sentence, he will destroy all sin. This sin, in my interpretation, if we have the yearning for God, then all sort of karmas, maybe the prarabdha, chanchita, maybe ahamya, all kind of karmas we have had with us, it will be destroyed. That is the cause for our cycle of birth and death and all those things. So if we really yearn for God, if it is done with the full heart and the full thought, then all kind of karmas will be destroyed, and we will be out of the birth and death cycle. And also, the another point we asked about the moksha. For a long time, I thought, moksha is the living residence of God. That's why, in the layman language or in our ordinary, conversation, we always think that when I die, I should go to the moksha. That I thought God is living only there. That's why we will go to the these days we have changed the bet. We say maybe someone when they die, we'll say they have attained the lotus feet of whatever the Swami, but for a long time, I thought myself, moksha is the living residence of God, and we all should go in there and see that world and live peacefully there. But today's the Manibhashya aunties that the word split and the interpretation, it gave me the correct understanding. More Aksha.
No,
Adi,
Moha Kshaya.
Moha Shaya.
oh, Moha
Kshaya.
Ksha.
Kshaya. How do you say Akshaya? You say leave a only Kshaya.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's good. Actually, it's not mine, it's Swami. Swami says always, the interpretation for the moksha is Moha Kshayamu. Always he says.
Moha Kshayam, okay.
In Telugu, Kshayamu.
Maybe it helps. Maybe we can say Tyajinchadam, like a give up.
No, it's Kshaya is reduction.
Reduction.
Okay.
Kshaya. Akshaya means that which does not reduce. That
Yeah. Sairam.
Yes.
Tuberculosis used to be called as Kshaya. Tuberculosis, when a man completely...
Kshaya
Rogam. It was called Kshaya. He used to lose all his weight, he used to become like a skeleton in those days. They used to be in sanatorium, and they were treated not with any medicine at that time, so that they called it as Kshaya Roga. Kshaya means to reduce oneself completely. So that Swami is here, Moha Kshayam.
Depletion. So I think first let's address what Ashish Anandi said. See, the thing is, our concept of moksha was confused with certain other religious traditions where they think God is living in heaven and we are going to go and stand next to him. The angels will let us in. So that is the level of our own understanding of our own religion is the result of many Hindus. But the Swami is actually taken birth just to revive that itself. So Swami has explained moksha is, as Auntie has said, when you lose your identification, attachment, or illusion that this world is real is moha. When that goes, then that is moksha, liberation. That is that. And then we'll go back to Sister Aruna's question. What are the sins, God? I think we got a few answers. See, Swami in one place is saying, all punya is that every action which takes you to God. And Swami uses the word paropakarasya punyaya. So Swami says through paropakara. That means generally we think doing good to other people. Swami says no, para upakara. Para means the divine. Upa means near, kara. So every act which takes you nearer and nearer to God is punya, merit. Every act which takes you away from God, that is papa. So that is one translation. So the thing is, even though we may engage in activities which may take us further away from the Lord, if we hold on to the Lord tight and try to do what we do, even if a few missteps, we take one step forward, one step backward, he will erase that back step and pull us forward. This is the way I understand. That's one aspect. I think Auntie wants to say something. I will stop here.
Papaya parakpidanam. That also Swami says.
Yes.
Those sins means giving trouble to others. Parapidanam.
Yeah, so Swami says, you creating difficulty to reach the para. Para reaching you, that is papa.
Yeah. If
you do something which inhibits you from God even trying to help you, then that is papa. That's one explanation Swami gave. So I was, Swami has this ability to, give different explanations for each of them.
para upakara also is different. Para upakara actually in the worldly meaning it is to help others.
Yes. Swami
Para
has,
is to bother others. But Swami has given a new interpretation saying that para upakara.
yes.
That's,
Every act which takes you near God is punya.
yeah, near God.
So I think the understanding is the papa and punya only touch the body and the mind. They do not touch the atman. So I think the way I understand, we may engage in activities where we identify with the doership, that we are the doer. Such, we may mistakenly do some things like that. Such activities will only incur punya or papa. The Lord will take away that if you take refuge in Him. Is the way I see it, sister. So I think we already looked at Swadharma, Paradharma. See, in this Swami saying, Sarva Dharman Parityajya, and then say Sarva Papeksho. So this Sarva Papa relates to the Sarva Dharma. Okay, this Sarva Dharma is, I think Sai Satish had nicely explained last week. As soon as we think when we say Swadharma, as soon as you identify yourself with Atma, that is your real self. That is the only dharma you have to follow. If you follow that dharma, all the other dharmas are subservient to that. So Krishna is saying, whether you identify yourself as Atman and do the action, or you take refuge in me, and I will take care of everything. So two choices are given. So just Brother Tasan, go ahead.
Yes, Sairam, brother. Even during the wartime, even Arjuna doesn't want to fight, but his main argument was with Lord Krishna, I'm making sin, killing those people and killing my own relative cousin. So I don't want to create the sin. Then that's what Lord Krishna was explaining. Do your duty. I said, Kshatriya, do your duty. It doesn't affect you. Thank you, Saira.
Kalyani.
So, okay, 1 second, brother. The thing is, Krishna gave many type of arguments to Arjuna, because Arjuna was talking from a mundane perspective. So he said, if from a mundane perspective, your job is a Kshatriya, you have to fight. Because he was mixing up, he gave that instruction at that this happens at the 2nd chapter. Okay, actually, I think we had to go, actually, this is a revision also, this session. Swami says, when a person is in tamas, you have to kick the person up and bring them to rajas, which is what Krishna does. That is the explanation. If you go back and read, I think Geetha Vahini chapter 2 or chapter 3, Krishna is, because he was in tamas, he kicked him up and brought him up to the rajas first. Because he had thrown away everything, he had sat down, he doesn't want to fight. At that time, he made certain statements to boil the blood in the Kshatriya. So in that place, he said, your Kshatriya dharma is to fight. If you don't fight, now people are going to call this fellow is scared and running away. All sorts of arguments he gives. And he gives as a Kshatriya, at the bodily level, it is your job to fight. But the same Krishna, right away he says, no one dies. No one is, your Atman cannot be burned, cannot be killed. So he introduces the Atma Dharma there itself. Just after he told, as a Kshatriya, you have to fight. So he brought from tamas stature to rajasic stature. From rajas, he took him to sattva. So the thing is, all of us can do whatever dharma we are doing based on what we identify ourselves as. If we then later on, Krishna tells you only bhavas, he says, nimitta matram bhava savyasachi. You just be the instrument. You are not even the doer. So if you are not the doer, what is your dharma? So we should understand all these dharma. I think we should have read Dharma Vahini for this. Swami says Atma Dharma is number one. Without Atma Dharma, all the other dharmas are of no use. Because the foundation is Atma Dharma. Yes, at the bodily level, if whatever has to be done, has to be done. But actually all that is Sarva Dharma. The only dharma which Krishna says is follow your Atma Dharma. If you follow the Atma Dharma, the other dharmas, I will take care. If you're not following Atma Dharma, then you will have to take care of all the punya and papas. And that's my understanding. I think that I'm just revising what we have studied, because we should understand ultimately Krishna didn't tell all this to tell, do what you have to do. Krishna told, his teaching actually was Swadharma. That's why in the last chapter he's saying, forget all dharmas. If you follow the Atma Dharma, the other dharmas not so important. But if you're not following Atma Dharma, then the other dharmas are important, but you have to take care of your papa and punya because that's your job. Because you are taking the doership. See, this is the reason why, this is the final lesson. I mean, Swami says you have to do your karma. I think Swami said, no, and Ajna karmalu and Vihita karmalu also Swami has said in one place. So whatever is prescribed activities you have to do. Don't think about whether is it dharma, is it right, wrong. Don't worry. If you are a Kshatriya, you are asked to fight. Don't argue whether it's right or wrong. You fight. Kshatriya's job is not to kill. Kshatriya's job is to fight. If people get killed, it is their problem. But they have to fight, and you may get killed, other person may get killed. Don't worry about it. You have to fight. Because that's why many people on the Pandava side also got killed. Bhishma also got killed. But they were still Kshatriyas. They were supposed to fight. In the war, they had to fight. Whether they get killed or don't kill doesn't matter. Krishna may not protect us from being killed, but he will protect dharma. And he will take care of us when we die. Because we are not dying because the Atman doesn't die. That's Nainam Chintanti. That's the Shastrani.
Nainam Dati Pavaka.
We actually discussed all this in, I think maybe 3 years ago. 2.5 years ago.
Yeah.
But I think we had to go back and listen or read Geetha Vahini again once more.
Yeah.
Yes, Kalyani, please go ahead.
Sorry, Monk. Can you just translate that sentence right before the sentence about the butter and the ghee, the Brahmandamantayu Bojalo?
Oh, sorry, Auntie.
Brahmandamantayu Arachetilo. Oni Bojalo. Yeah, last one. బ్రహ్మాండమంతయు బొజ్జలో ఉంచుకున్న పరమాత్మను కోరిన అష్టైశ్వర్యం సంపదలతో ఐహికమును అనుభవించటే కాక సత్యానంద నిలయమైన సత్యజ్ఞానమును కైవల్యమును కూడాను పొందవచ్చు. Kalyani, exactly what do you want?
Can you just retranslate that one? That sentence?
బ్రహ్మాండమంతయు బొజ్జలో నుంచుకున్న పరమాత్మను
కోరిన. So if you pray, if you ask the Lord who has all the entire cosmos in his stomach, if you ask him, Korina,
అష్టైశ్వర్య సంపదలతో,
with the 8-fold wealth,
ఐహికమును అనుభవించటే కాక,
one can enjoy in this world and
సత్యానంద నిలయమైన సత్యజ్ఞానమును,
the Satya and truth and Jnana, Satya Jnana, which is the true knowledge, which is the place where the true bliss exists.
కైవల్యమును కూడాను పొందవచ్చును.
That oneness, liberation also one can obtain.
Sometimes it is called Kaivalya Mukti also. It's called Kaivalya Mukti. Kaivalya comes from the word Kevala. Only. Kevala means only. Only that Mukti.
So it's uniting with the Lord
In
oneness.
But in common parlance, we use the word Kaivalya, Kevala in very, very strong manner. Kevalama pochu. In Tamil,
So that means the person doesn't have anyone to support. No one wants to associate with that person. Kevala. But it has taken on other meanings also.
Yes, correct. And she wanted వెన్న చిక్కిన నేతి కొరకు యోచించనక్కర్లేదు కదా.
If you have obtained butter,
don't have to wish for ghee. Don't have to wonder about ghee.
You don't have to worry about, think about.
So sorry.
Yeah.
In the first sentence, so if you ask the Paramatma who has the entire cosmos in his stomach with the eightfold wealth, one can enjoy in this world.
No. If you ask for anything of the Lord who has the entire cosmos in his stomach, you will not only be able to enjoy this world with all the 8 wealth, but also attain the eternal bliss, or true bliss of Satya Jnana, which is also Kevala or Kaivalya Mukti. Iha para. So basically you will have Iha also Sukha, Para also Sukha. In this world also you will attain everything possible, maximum. In the other world also you will attain the maximum.
But is that true? I mean, because it seems like in the lives of, most devotees that Swami speaks about, like Tyagaraja or Meera, it seems like they don't have Iha or.
Okay, that's a very interesting observation. So the thing is, for the devotee, in his mind, he has everything. Because Swami is actually, in many discourses, Swami will say, Ishvara Sannidhi,
Ishvara Sannidhi Chala Sukama. Nidhi Chala Sukama.
Nidhi Chala Sukama. Ishvara Sannidhi Chala Sukama.
Ramani Sannidhi Sukama.
So he gets, in this world also, he was happy. Otherwise, he would have gone after the Nidhi which came. Okay. See, that's why Ashtaishwarya Swami is not listing.
Okay.
Okay. For a person who wants Dhana is one of the Ashtaishwarya. That's why I listed the word Sabda Brahmamayi, Characharamai, Vangmai. So, Tyagaraja had Shabda Brahman. He was called, he had the sound itself as Brahman he experienced. At that point, you don't need anything else. For him, the name of Rama itself was giving all the joys which any wealth in this world can give him. Same thing with Meera. So she says, I have got this Raman Ratna Thanapai. Some people are saying this cheap, some people are saying it's very expensive. But I don't care. I have gotten this. Then Swami also sings a Tamil song. Muttu, கடலில் நீர்கடலில் ஆழ்ந்து முத்து எடுத்தேன் அப்படி something Swami says. Swami, I'm not getting. கைநழுவ விடுவாயோ, like that Swami will sing. That's I have dived into the deepest sea and I've gotten this pearl of, will I give it up? Will I let it slip? Okay, so for them, that was the greatest wealth. Nama Ratna, Swami will always say, it is a gem or jewel of name. So so they were happy. See, ultimately, whatever it is, for some people, a nice soft bed is the heaven on earth. They will like to sleep. But, sannyasi will just sleep on rough ground and he will also go to sleep. Swami will say, if you can't go to sleep, what is the point of a very soft bed mattress? So I think that's why Swami didn't list. But sorry, I hope it's okay.
Yeah. And for Tyagaraja and Meera are such devotees, constant remembrance of the Lord itself is moksha for them. That that they were full of that love, full of that. Yeah.
And Uncle, you're saying that basically yearning for God and yearning for moksha is the same thing, kind of. It's the same. And in Sutra Vahini also we were learning about how you should have mumukshatvam, yearning for moksha. So why is Swami making a distinction that you should yearn for him and not yearn for moksha?
It's better to have the butter than worry about the ghee.
What's the difference between butter and ghee?
Butter has ghee also inside, and more than that also. So the thing is that the ghee is derived from the butter. So having the Lord is equivalent to having, the kalpataru. Whatever you ask, it gives. So he's saying, don't ask for something less when you can have everything. I think that's what I understand. But see, this mumukshatvam, this and that, for people who still don't have that kind of devotion, that kind of tapam for the Lord. So when that is there, this is all insignificant. But not it's even to cultivate devotion itself is a challenge. To have that kind of devotion, Swami says, tapincha, that deep yearning, without that, until that is there's no devotion. I think we studied it as part of the Bhakti Yoga. So it's very difficult to cultivate that. I think there is Swami saying, Krishna is saying, you have to think of the Lord all the time. If you can't do it, then you do abhyasa. If you can't do abhyasa, then you do something. All these are for people who cannot have that state. But that is the ultimate state which you should aim for, is what I think Krishna says. That's what he's telling here also. Sarvadharman paratijya mamekam sharanam raj. See, I think one of the concept of surrender is, surrender is a very bad translation for Sharanujocha. Sharanujochu is to take refuge.
Refuge.
Okay, taking refuge is not surrender. The way we understand surrender is, waving white flag and saying, okay, now I can't fight anymore. Now it is not. This is taking refuge in the Lord. See, taking refuge in the Lord means, taking shelter. So once you take shelter under the Lord, He will take care of it. It's a Lama says, if anyone takes refuge in me, then I protect them.
Yeah.
No question asked. Like Vibhishana, when he came, Rama said, even if he's a bad person, I will support him. So that's the way the Lord is. So taking refuge in the Lord means you don't have to worry about anything. It's like, at school, some kids are bullying. Then the child will run and stand behind the teacher or the mother and say, now let's see what you can do. That is taking refuge. That is real, that Sharanujocha, which very badly translated as surrender and misunderstood is what sorry, I hope.
Yes, Uncle. And so if you surrender, when it says Mam Ekam Sharanam Raja, like you only take refuge in me, does that mean if you
Ananyata.
So like if you are, say there's some worldly pleasure and you're enjoying it, or like even something in nature, you see it and that is making you feel happy. It's almost like you feel guilty that, oh, like I shouldn't be feeling happy. I shouldn't be enjoying this because it's, I feel like, or like, you're not really, it's not something spiritual or like related to God that you're enjoying at that moment.
Sorry, Sairam.
Go on, Randy.
You can see the Lord even in that pleasure, Kalyani. Imagine that, Lord is there in that pleasure also. You're enjoying it. So you have divinized the whole thing. So there is no question of your own special enjoyment or anything like that. Shaira.
Yeah. Thank you, Auntie. The problem, Kalyani, is you have simple pleasures, some sweet or something, Oh, let's say chocolate. I think that's a good example. we eat a piece of chocolate and it tastes nice and we are happy. So we are happy with just the experience of the sensory pleasure. Okay. The sensory pleasure alone is giving happiness, and with that, we just stop thinking about it. But a devotee will think, oh, the Lord wanted me to be happy, so he gave me chocolate.
Yeah.
Okay. The Lord then the devotee will be happy, not about the chocolate, about the fact that the Lord gave me. Lot of difference. See, many people don't understand. Swami comes and throws chocolate. Everyone will catch. The same people would have eaten chocolate elsewhere. But this chocolate is special. They may even retain the wrapper forever. Why? The joy of receiving something from the Lord is unequaled by any chocolate on the street. So what actually they experience is the joy of receiving something from the Lord. So in everything in life, when we enjoy, we should not forget that the Lord is there present. So as soon as, say, somebody was trying to break that habit of smoking, okay? So Swami told, don't worry. Whenever you're smoking, think of me and you say you are lighting agarbatti for me, incense stick for me. So the person started thinking, after some time, he forgot the taste of smoking also. So the thing is, it is transferring what the mind is thinking as enjoyable is the solution in everything in life. So we don't have to feel guilty that sense is enjoying. No, we should not forget that the Lord is also there. Okay, I think this is, Swami has spoken about this quite a bit.
So like I sometimes like if something good is happening and you feel that, oh, like Swami is giving this to me, you feel very happy, or like, oh, Swami loves me, or something like that. But then it's hypocritical, because in your mind how when something bad has happened, you're not able to enjoy it in the same way.
So that means the first time we are saying we are just empty philosophy. That's why I think earlier also I said, Swami is in me, Swami is in the other person. We are seeing Swami everywhere. We are serving Swami. Some friend calls us and we go to meet them. We say, that person is also Swami. So I am Swami. So we are going and talking. This is all empty philosophy. That means we are not being true to what we are thinking. Swami says, Uttamatla.
Uttamatlu.
Uttamatla.
And
Uttamatla chetu sattu chitta anandam undadu.
Uttamatlu. Anyways, in the recent discourse on Thursday, Swami says, offer whatever wicked feelings you have or whatever good feelings you have, both of them, offer it to me. I will take care of it. That's what Swami said in the divine discourse. So, Kalyani, when some wicked thing happens to you, even then, you just offer it to him, saying that, Swami, you gave this to me. Yes, I'm giving it back to you. Whatever you want, however you want me to face the situation, give me that courage. Give me that courage too. That's what we have to understand. Saira.
Yeah, even if you're feeling pain, don't feel guilty that you are feeling sad. But as long as you can remember the Lord at that time, that's okay. I think your question is, I should be happy when something bad also happens. Until you reach that happy state, you can offer your sadness also to the Lord.
Sadness to the Lord.
Okay. Oh, because of the Lord, I am sad, not because of the other person. It's like that. Yes.
Aruna wants to.
Sister Ananti is, I think, number one. Well, let's wait.
Sairam, we just studied all 14 lokas or worlds are in the God's stomach, according to that the passage in the middle, who has all the 14 worlds in him. So that means, there are 14, if I interpreted it in my own, there are 14 cities in one country or in one province or state. And if that is the case, but all 14 cities are in that same, the same countries, but different states or different, the parts or even different streets. Shouldn't we happy, wherever we are currently situated or located? Why should we worrying about I should go uptown or downtown, uh, because all 14 in the words, in my interpretation, all 14 cities are in the same, under same leadership or under same, uh, government, why should we worry about, we always think that upper 7 is good, lower 7 is bad, but my question, it doesn't matter where we are. We should be happy wherever we are currently, live or, in this birth, and happily, we have to end our life. We don't know what's in the upper, 6 or lower 7, So whatever, the God has given as gift as a residence in this birth, shouldn't be happy with that? That is
Yes,
my
good question, sister. Good question.
yeah.
Anyone would like to answer, comment on what sister has said? Okay, if no one is comment. Is Brother Dasan, you're going to comment on Sister Anandi's, or you have
Yeah.
something else to say?
Yes, Saira brother. Why do you want to come to Canada? Because you want to get a better living standard and everything. The people don't want to go to the poor country. Same way, if you take above the 7, 1 to 6, the spiritual level is very high, and that's what the Shastra saying. You don't want to go to the Patala Loka, so we don't know what is there. At least Lord taught us we have 14 logas. The best thing is the first one. So there's a difference are there. So if you want to, that's the other thing. I want to add to the point earning for the Lord too. Once you have the earning for the Lord, the love will come. So you are not going to expect anything after that. Once the love comes, the best example is Sita and Rama. Sita was beside the Lord and she was expecting the golden deer. And once he expected that small desire, you know what happened end of the whole story. So same thing, if you have a full love with your husband, and the husband will take care of everything if you have. So this is the same in the human life too. Thank you, Brother Saira.
In human life also, brother?
Same. If you have the love, you don't need to expect anything.
Okay, thank you. Okay, Sister Aruna, you have a comment on Sister Anandi's question, or?
No, brother.
Okay.
For that,
Maybe I will go. So, Sister Anandi, you are right. Okay. I know I may be countering what Brother Statham said, but I will give you an example. In the Navavida Bhakti, there is one that the last one is called Atma Nivedanam, which is complete offering of oneself to the Lord. The only devotee who satisfies that in all Swami's discourses is Mahabali. Mahabali just offered his entire self to him because Vamana asked for three, three steps, and the last step he said, "You just me, I am the one." So he offered himself completely. And what did Vamana do? He pushed him to Patal. Okay, netherworld, and that's where he's supposed to still reside. But he's considered the greatest devotee. Apparently, his doorman is Lord himself. He's the he's the one who stands guard outside his door in Patala Loka for Mahabali. So you can imagine great devotees also blessed with that. So Mahabali himself was not upset by that. He was very happy that the Lord is blessing him and whatever the Lord offers, he will take. We don't know, we have not discussed with Mahabali how his life there is, but the fact is that he is with the Lord is good enough. So if for a devotee who is very, very close to the Lord, they will not ask, I want to go to this world or that world. They will accept whatever the Lord, wherever the Lord sends them, they will accept it. And because, Brother Thasan said, coming to Canada, many people came, not everyone is happy that they came. Some people are happy, some people are not. So, but that's because of what you expect and what you don't expect. So that's why Krishna says, don't ask for even moksha, ask for me. I will take care.
Thank you, brother.
Sairam, Sister Aruna, please go ahead.
Brother, so a lot of discussion before my question here. I'm still thinking about he will destroy the all sin, but it's a good point you have discussed. You have said about once you do it with the Atma Dharma. So when Arjuna was asking the question, until he realized the Atma Dharma only, he is fighting. Am I right? On that time, the Lord is taking all the sin. So until that time, Lord also won't take it. Atma Dharma, you do it, then I will take care of it. That's how, oh, good. Thank you so much for that.
Sairam.
Sairam, brother.
I think it's 4:18. I think we have, discussed enough. I think our two sessions, the same concepts, and we have revised also many of the concepts. We have about 10 minutes left. And so I know it's thanks for many of you have attended very regularly and shared. It has been a wonderful journey for me personally, and I'm sure all of you also felt. I think last week everyone expressed their happiness of having been part of this study. I think next week onward, we have to take up another Vahini. I have a few suggestions from people. One of the suggestions, I think, from Manihanti was Ramakatha Rasa Vahini. I looked into it. It's a bit of a challenge personally for some of the work which we are doing on the side, which is writing the entire Telugu and so on. Unfortunately, I don't have the soft version of the Ramakatha Rasa Vahini. So it will be a bit of a challenge to do on a regular basis, because we are trying to also do this Telugu English comparison. So I have 3 suggestions and I will ask what others say. And I think next 10 minutes we can just discuss about the next Vahini.
Yeah.
So the 3 suggestions I have is Bhagavata Vahini. 1, Sathya Sai Vahini. Number 2. The third one is, if you want a smaller Vahini, it's Prashanti Vahini. I thought those are 3 suggestions I had.
Okay.
The other Vahinis also. So I will stop here and I can only 13 of you are there, but it's okay. Most of you are regulars. So I think you all choose and we will go with that. So 3, I will repeat again: Bhagavata Vahini, Sathya Sai Vahini, and Prashanti Vahini.
So, Sairam, brother, can you describe about all these 3, what it's talking about? Then we can decide.
Sure, brother. So Bhagavata Vahini is Srimad Bhagavatam in Swami's words. Okay, it's a book which has stories of all great devotees of the Lord, which Veda Vyasa wrote, and this is in Swami's own words, which basically picks very important stories and explains to us what is devotion itself. Okay, that's Bhagavata Vahini. Then Sathya Sai Vahini. Sathya Sai Vahini it's the only Vahini where Swami has given his own name. So if it sort of, in my view, it condenses the entire teaching of Swami in one Vahini. Because Swami started that Vahini with the name Bharatiya Paramartha Vahini. That was the name with which Swami started that Vahini. In the middle somewhere, Swami changed the name to Sathya Sai Vahini. So I always like that Vahini because Swami has attached his own name to that Vahini. Because if you look at Vahinis, among the values for Satya, there's one Vahini which I think is Sathya Sai Vahini. Dharma, there's a Vahini called Dharma Vahini. Prema, there's a Vahini, Prema Vahini. Shanti, for that Prashanti Vahini. So of the human values, for 4 values, Swami has written the Vahinis. Is the way I understand. So Sathya Sai stands for truth as a human value. What exactly is truth? I think we can understand from Sathya Sai Vahini. Because we also said Satyananda and Satya Jnana, so it will give us Satya Jnana. Okay, that's the way I understand. Prashanti Vahini is, we are all going to Prashanti. What is Prashanti? The supreme peace. Prashanti Vahini explains to us how we have to cultivate Prashanti in our lives. So all of them are equally good. You asked me for a general description, I will give it. Now we will ask.
So that means Bhagavatam is all stories. Satya
Yes.
Vahini talk about truth. Prasanti Vahini talk about Prasanti.
Yes, Shanti, yes.
Oh, thank you.
I will stop. People can mull over. I think Auntie Sakku had her hand up, so I'll ask her to speak.
No, I am not choosing anything. You all can choose. But I just want to say thank you to all of you for all 3 years. You gave us very deep insight into this Geetha Vahini. We thank Swami and all of you all. Saira.
Saira, Auntie Saira.
So at the same time, I'd like to point out to brother this Vagini, because it was taught to Surya first, then it's taught to Manu, then it taught to Arjuna, then Lord Krishna thought it's going to be spread to the human being like us. So we are we are fortunate and we had the grace to listen to this Vagini. Thank you, brother Saira.
Saira, brother.
I was here. Thank you, brother. I don't know, and everybody, whoever was in that section. I appreciate that. I really enjoy that. Learn a lot from. It is a very. I think I was blessed by Swami to have the long journey. Thank you very much.
Saira, brother. I think all of you, everyone who has attended has equally contributed and enriched everyone. So all of you are equal. Actually, you had to thank your own self that Swami made it possible for all of us to attend regularly and take part. Of course, Swami, it's without Swami's blessing, we will not be here.
Thank you.
Saira,
really, I don't want to miss this, I have the feeling I wanted to be there.
Saira, brother, you're welcome. I know, brother, you have been very silent and once in a while you speak up.
Well, I know that.
Unlike us.
There's some question already people ask. I don't want to make more than that. It's really nice to show it. Thanks.
Sairam, brother, Sairam. Yes, Sister Ananti.
Sairam, our special thanks to Mani Auntie too. She has been part of this study circle and brought a lot of interesting stories from what she learned from Swami, and after she joined, we have had looked at in Telugu and in the English version simultaneously, and that's why that on behalf of all of us, I would like to pay our gratitude to Mani Auntie specifically, and of course, Brother Arno too, and without you, we wouldn't be able to learn this much, Auntie. That's why our the wholehearted gratitude to
Arun.
you.
wholeheartedly.
I think I should ban this kind of discussion.
Yeah.
I
And
think.
also
Thank
No,
you.
actually, we are all not the doers. Bhagavan is the doer.
Exactly.
Yeah, we
We
have
don't
learned.
want to take the Papa and Punya with us.
Yeah,
So we.
there's no doership here at all. It is everything Swami's will. Sankalpa of Swami. Sat Sankalpa.
Yeah.
It is a Sat Sankalpa which makes us go through. And it is such a great journey. We have learned so many things from Swami. Yeah. And Abhyasena Kunteya. Again and again, practice, Swami is saying. Anyway, my choice, of course, I will read Ramkatha Vahini myself. Let us see about it. But for the other three Vahinis, whatever others are saying, I will go with them.
Okay.
Maybe I will, my first choice is Bhagavata Vahini.
Yeah.
Recently, I don't know whether I was longing for the Bhagavata Vahini, even from the middle field in the library. I took one book. One day I went over there, only that Vahini was in the front desk. I thought, why this book was there? Maybe maybe it's like Swami just the put it there just to grab by me, kind of. So my choice, my personal choice. I'm happy with all three, but my personal choice is Bhagavata Vahini. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you, sister. Thank you. Yes, Brother Prasad.
No, I just want to say, as Auntie said, I think it's a Swami Sankalpam, because I always wanted to learn. And 3 or 4 years back, I think first time I heard about this satsang, and I joined. That's where I got inspired with Swami's literature reading myself. I started reading after joining these sessions. And interestingly enough, I think I started joining in the first few sessions of this Vahini. Now today again, after a long time, the last session of the Vahini. Interesting. Yeah, I mean, during COVID, I think Brother Bharani introduced me this session. I was in back to back for a few weeks. Then I couldn't make it. I'm from US, but thanks to Swami and thanks to the team to inspiring me to go through the literature. Thank you, Saira.
Sairam, Brother Sairam. Thank you.
Kalyani and Aruna, what do they want?
Now we will.
Aruna, you say what you want, then Kalyani also.
Sairam, brother, because everybody's really appreciating everyone. I also appreciate everyone coming on a regular basis. That made this session very beautiful. And special thanks anyways goes to Brother Aruna and
Swami.
Auntie and Swami and all the participants. Otherwise, I will be killed. Okay, thank you so much for that. And for me, I am really wanted to learn Swami's teaching. So I obviously go with the Sathya Sai Vahini, but I will go with majority because anything Swami is talking anyways in every Vahini.
Yeah, in every.
I'm okay with everything Swami is going to say anyways, but I really love to learn more about what Swami Sathya Sai Vahini. Okay, thank you so much, Sai.
Okay, sister, thank you. Sister Shivani.
Let me just sail on the same boat. Thank you so much, all of you, especially do you, Swami, in these on everybody. But I'm grateful to Swami in 4 pillars: Brother Arun, Sister Kalyani, Sister Aruna, and Auntie. You 4 pillars was really holding the fort, making sure we will enjoy every session. So my gratitude to Swami in you, for sure. We are grateful that he chose you to take us to this path, right? But I assure you, every bit we have discussed, I'm going to implement and try to implement. So all these efforts you have put, it won't be wasted for sure. At least I can say I tried and I will continue trying. So thank you so much. It will not be, it will be beneficial for us, our spiritual journey. And just to tell, I would love to go for Bhagavad Vahini because it's a little continuation about the journey after, the Gita Jnana or Kurukshetra war finished. So what happened to all those brothers? Where did you go? And all of those things. So I'm really interested to completing the circle. Saira.
Thank you, Sister Shivani. Yes, Sister Narmada.
Saram, everyone. I'll also start off with thanking Swami for the opportunity to join this study circle, and I learned a lot. It was very, very helpful because it's one thing to read it on your own and try to understand, but when you have it in a satsang and everyone is contributing and also to understand what Swami was saying, it's very different. So thank you all for your support and having Swami speak through you, having Swami, especially Kalyani asking wonderful questions. You know, you think about it, but before you even think, she's asked it. So it's amazing. So thank you for all that. And Aruna and Auntie, Mani Auntie, Aruna Auntie, everyone who's been asking questions and discussing. On the thought of what's next, I'm okay with anything. But the book that stands out to me is Sathya Sai Vahini, and second would be Bhagawan Vahini. Thank you. Sairam.
Okay, Sairam, Sister. Yes, Brother Tasan.
Yes, Sairam, brother. So my choice is here, Bhagavatam. A lot of people, I think, know the stories here and there. But for me, Sathya Vahini and the Prasanthi Vahini is going to be new. So whatever the majority goes, I'll go with that one. So I like the Sathya Vahini or Prasanthi Vahini. Thank you.
Sairam, brother. Thank you.
It is best, Arun, you decide. Swami will give you guidance. I'm sure. Swami will give you guidance and you decide next week.
So between myself and Kalyani, we'll decide and come.
Okay, whatever.
So fine. Means any Vahini is okay. All Vahinis are nice.
Yeah, everybody is fine.
Which is true. Whatever Swami's will, I would take it anyone. So first time I'm struggling to choose it, which one, like even clothes or anything, I never struggled. Or I pick it, but this is when I used to give the description. I said equally everything is good. Doesn't matter which is.
So we will come back. So it will be a surprise for everyone, I guess, next week. Which Vahini? Maybe
Okay.
we will announce. I think we'll put an announcement a little earlier so that you all can read up and come.
Yeah.
So at this point in time, I am also not. I don't want to be the person who's choosing. So let's see. Okay, Sairam, thank you.
Sairam.
I think it's 4:34. We will close the session, and thanks Swami for keeping us with him always. Sairam. Om Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Samastaloka Sukhino Bhavantu. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti.
Sairam.
Thank you so much, Sairam.